Okay, boys and girls, we're going to put on our imaginary imagination caps. Okay, I've got mine. Mine's a beanie. Put it on. So I would like you to suspend your disbelief. I want you to believe something that you don't usually believe or don't want to believe. Okay, let's test your caps. So this is not what we're talking about. But let's just see if your caps are on right. African Americans are not as intelligent on the whole as Chinese Americans, and this is based on biology, not culture. Okay, so if you're arguing with me in your mind, or if you're saying, Mr. Horn, you can't say that, or if you're just shocked, then I don't think your hat's on right. Your cap's adjusted. I need you to believe what I'm about to say as if it were the fact that the world is round and it revolves in space. That's the kind of belief I need from you. Just for a moment, and we'll take the hats off later, okay? So here's my real story. The best life, or a significant part of the best life, is a lifetime monogamous heterosexual relationship with children. So let me, I wrote it here. A lifetime monogamous heterosexual relationship with children. This is the best life. So imagine for a moment. Oh, there's an addition. Children flourish best when they are raised by their biological parents, heterosexual, by their biological parents in a loving, lifelong, monogamous relationship. Okay, so those two things, I want you to be those two things. So your 18-year-old son comes to you and says, Father, I'm gay. What should I do? I want to live the best life. If I was the father, I'd go, oh, I'm sorry, son, I don't think you can live this life. And the problem is, it's not an easy life. To live a lifelong monogamous relationship is really difficult. And I think sex is the thing that helps to bind people together. So if you're not in a sexual relationship with your wife, you can fake it, right? You can pretend, but that's wrong. That's part of the best life is being honest, I think. It's not just all one thing. And I don't think that relationship's going to go well. I think maybe it's better that you find a man and live in a monogamous lifelong relationship with a man. Maybe that's the best of the best life you can do. Will you have children? No, but there are children out there who need adopting, so maybe you could have that. What if your child comes to you and says, Dad, I don't have any sexual desires? Pretend that the part of the brain is affected. And again, I would say, oh, I don't know that you can live the best life, because I think sex is an important part of keeping monogamous relationships lifelong. I think if you don't have sex, you can have friendship, but that's very different than a romantic partner, or even just a husband or wife. There's a big difference between friendship and eros, I guess we would call it if we were Greek. So, hold on, don't take your cap off yet. this is a belief that evangelical Christians, Mormons, the Muslims, I don't know. I'm not sure if all Muslims believe in monogamy. Well, I know that some Muslims believe in polygamy. The Catholic Church teaches this. I would be interested to know how many American Catholics who consider themselves good Catholics follow this. Or again, the Catholic Church is good about saying, well, this is the best life, but we're all sinners, so we're not going to make it. The problem with the evangelicals is, well, let's back up. So, when the evangelicals said no to gay marriage, I thought they should have said yes. I thought they should have said, you know what? We believe that marriage is so important that we're happy to share this with you. You just have to understand there's no sex outside of marriage, right? You can't have sex before marriage, or you can't have adultery or anything like that. Of course, that's not what America, that's not how society thinks. So the question is this an appropriate thing? Now, let's take your cap off. You don't have to believe that anymore. Just know that there are people out there who do believe this. How should they react to the world? Should they be like the Amish and just cut themselves off from the world and wall themselves in? Or should they go ahead and live in this world? We live in a world that the genie has been, the bottle has been opened, the genie is out on sex, right? People can find their pursuit of happiness in sex in whatever ways they want, as long as it's consenting adults. I'm sorry, we do have some rules. But as long as it's consenting adults, I don't think we stop people from doing anything. But the question is, well, but do we give the stamp of approval, society's stamp of approval, to all things? And I would say, no, I think we should be in monogamous, lifelong relationships. I'm divorced, of course, and as are many people in America. I'm not saying that everyone's going to go. I'm just saying that is the best life. That's the life we want. The philosopher, by the way, might say, nah, there's another life. It's the life of philosophy. And we have to deceive the people into thinking that this other life is the life of monogamous relationships and blah, blah, blah. That's what Alan Bloom would have said, even though he was a homosexual himself. And that's perhaps the Leo Strauss version. That's all I've got to say about sex, kids. Take your caps off and we'll talk about race on another day. Bye-bye.